Hey there, welcome back to Author Journey. I'm CJ Anaya. Today we're going to talk about reviews again, but this time I'm going to focus on a tool that I discovered about a year ago that I found very helpful when I was first starting out getting reviews and I didn't have a review team, and I was kind of struggling to get reviews and spending a lot of time petitioning bloggers and just feeling like I was wasting a lot of time in the process. And I found this, and it's called the Book Targeter or Book Review Targeter, and it's by Debbie Drum. And Debbie has a lot of really good products out there. I've only done this one, so I can't really tell you how the others are, but I can tell you that this was a really great find, and it saved me a lot of time, and it also helped me find a lot of my reviewers for my own launch team. So I want to take you through the Book Review Targeter, just let you know what it is, let you know that it's an option for you. And so basically, if you go to this site, and I'll have the link in the description box, you can learn about the Book Review Targeter as solving a problem that a lot of authors face, which is very smart of her to do this because, it's like, how do we get book reviews fast if we don't have tons of fans and we don't have a platform or a following and we don't have a launch team? And so one tactic that I remember using when I was first starting out was I would go to Amazon and I'd look for books that have been published in my genre. And so since I write urban fantasy / romance, adventure type of stuff, those were the books that I was looking at. And I was looking at all of the people who had reviewed the books, and I'd go to a review of that book, click on the person who reviewed it, hoping that they had a website, or more importantly, actually hoping that they had posted their email address. And a lot of people don't. And so, I'm looking for an email address, and if they have a website, then I'm looking for a website, going on to their website, looking at their review policy, trying to write, a review request email to that person after going through this entire process. And after 10 minutes, you've really only found one reviewer, figured out whether or not they have an email or a website, read their review policy, which it seems like every single blogger has, and every single review policy is different, and that's frustrating. And so, if you don't follow that to the letter, then they won't even accept it. And I should know because I used to review books, and I did have a review policy, although it was pretty just, hey, put review request in your subject heading, and that was pretty much it. So, and then sometimes when you look for reviewers, you'll click their name, and what you'll find is that there's nothing there. There's a name and there's no contact information whatsoever. So you just clicked on a name and then you have to click back and look at different reviews. In other words, it's time consuming. This whole spiel, what I'm getting to is that this is very time consuming. And what Debbie Drum did is she developed a tool that will actually search Amazon for you. So let me show you what this is all about. This is the Book Review Targeter. And basically when you buy this tool, you log in with your details, and then you click on this, and I'm actually going to pause this for a second because my cat is like playing with something and it's super distracting. Hold, please. Okay, sorry about that. I couldn't focus. Okay, so basically what you do is you get into this search area, and if you write urban fantasy like me, you just type in urban fantasy or whatever genre you write in, or whatever keyword. I've got 2 B's there, lovely. Whatever keyword you want to write in. And what's nice is it will actually, bring up searches for you. You could do urban fantasy books, urban fantasy series for adults, just take a look at what they've already put there. But I'm just going to hit this and have them search. So it's going to search for you, and then it's going to pull up options for you. Basically, it's searching Amazon right now to find similar books in this genre. So what you'll get is this popping up. So there is The Change, Unbound. So you're getting all of these different things that are, books that are pertinent to what you write in, that are similar to yours, and it'll tell you how many reviewers. So this one has, 1,392 viewers. Sweet. So with the basic plan, and I have the basic plan mainly because I didn't know that there were more plans, and I think That's because she's recently developed quite a bit more to this tool, and I haven't used it for a while because my review list and my review team is so big that I haven't necessarily felt the need to use it for a while, but I'm still going to go back to it when I, develop new genres. As I write in different genres, I'm going to need to build different review teams for those. But what you do is you click on this plus sign, and it'll give you a little check mark right there. And it says, thank you, your request has been submitted, and you will get an email when it is complete. And basically what this tool is doing is it is searching all of the information that you need within these 1,392 reviewers. It is finding email addresses and websites for you out of all of these reviewers here. So and that can take some time. Sometimes that can take a day or two for that to kick in, for you to get an email that'll say that it's ready, or it will say you'll get an email and it'll say that it's searching for those and that you can check back in an hour or two or maybe a day. Sometimes it takes a day to get that information. So this is the books, and I want to show you some books that I've already done that work on, that already have reviewers pulled up, so you can see. You'll go to this reviewers area once it's done, and you can see that it's pulled up. It's pulled up email addresses. So anybody who's posted an email address in their review information, any reviewers that have that information on their profile on Amazon, this tool will find it and give it to you so that you don't have to spend all of that time looking at each and every single reviewer on Amazon trying to find their email address, because man, that was a tactic that was giving me a migraine. I could not. And so this is another example. This got a lot more reviews right here. This is the pro thing, and as I said before, I just have the basic because I had no idea. I hadn't looked at this for a while. And with the pro, what will happen is if there is only a website in the information for this reviewer and not an email address posted immediately on Amazon, then the tool will go the extra mile and actually scour the website for you to find an email address. So it will go to this www.lionheart, whatever this is, wines. You can get details here. So they'll go to this email, this website, and look for a contact email for you. So that's kind of like the next step in the pro plan. So you'll get a lot of email addresses, but a lot of times you'll get a lot of websites that are on Amazon, and then the pro plan will allow the tool to search all of the websites to try to find a contact information, saving you loads of time. What's really cool is that you can get details letting you know what the reviewer put, whether it was 4 out of 5 stars, 3 stars, what the review is. I don't waste time with that. I got to be honest with you. If this tool is going to save me time, then I don't waste time reading the reviews, and I don't even waste time looking to see what the reviewers gave for that. And I know you're sitting there going, now wait a second, if you contact these people, what if, what if they hated the book? They may have hated the book, but they still like the genre. And that's the difference right there. So I'm not going to mention the book specifically, because that means that I have to go through each one of these and click or select only the ones that gave like a 4 or 5 star review. Only that, if I'm actually going to include this book and say, hey, I found you through this book. And I'll show you that process as we continue forward. But I just want you to know that if you want to save yourself time, don't do that. Don't go through every single one of these and look at all of the details to see if they gave it a good review. Just don't mention in your email which book you found them. Even though that's part of the template, because I did use the template that she offered. She offers an email template, and I didn't realize, I guess it just didn't register in my mind that if they had reviewed it, they hadn't necessarily given it a good review. So I got an email back from one person who said, I'm not sure why you want me to review, or why you thought my review was good when I gave this particular book like a 1-star review. And I was like, oh, wait a second. Like, I didn't even think about that. That was silly of me. I didn't, since we're not necessarily going to do our homework by checking to see whether they actually liked this particular book or not, All we really need to do is know that these are the type of books they do like. They're reading urban fantasy, they're reviewing urban fantasy, which means all we need to mention in the email is that they like urban fantasy. You know, I noticed that you've left several reviews for urban fantasy. I think that you enjoy the genre. I think that you would enjoy this book, which is also urban fantasy, yada yada. I'll show you that template in a minute. So don't waste time doing that. So as you move down, you can see more that got collected, and I did a lot of these. I really did. And I think at the time, my basic plan, you were allowed to collect 20,000. That's changed as she's been adding stuff. So I think because I came in on this with 20,000, that's not ever going to change for me, but that's not going to be similar to different plans that she's set up. So, but basically you can collect about, you know, however many email addresses within a specific week within your plan. So each week I can collect, you know, at least, 20,000 either email addresses or websites, you know, and then I've got an opportunity to contact these people and petition them for a review. Now, this review targeting tool works in conjunction with a really cool add-on that will send mass emails out. And I know that a lot of people don't like spam. Obviously, you don't want to add these emails to your subscriber list. Please don't do that. That's a no-no. You don't want to do that. Because I know you're thinking, well, if I have all of these emails, I can just send a mass email through my autoresponder. And you could, but that means you would have to import them as subscribers, and your autoresponder, at least Aweber, asks me how, you know, these people subscribe to my list, and the answer would be they didn't. That would be a lie. So the best way to go about it is to use kind of a mail merger. So YAM is called Yet Another Mail Merger. What it does is it helps send these this template to all of these email addresses, you know, and you can send up to 400 a day with YAM. I think I paid $20 a year to have that service. It was really cheap, and so each day I can send out 400 emails, and that's basically 400, you know, requests for reviews. And you're not always going to receive responses, which is fine. Sometimes you'll receive responses from people who say, you know, I really don't feel like it, or, you know, I always find it amazing that anyone will say, hey, I'm really sorry, I just don't have the time right now, because they actually took the time to respond, which is kind. But mostly you'll either get a yes or nothing. And if you get a yes, great. She gives you templates, but I really monked with them quite a bit, just because, yeah, I like the template will have, I found your review of such and such a book, you know, and so this you need to keep in here if you decide to do that, simply because it will insert the book that they reviewed automatically. YAM will do that. It will automatically insert it if you have this right here. But I don't like that. I don't like that. So what I do like is, you know, saying something along, oh, I clicked out of it, is saying something along the lines of, I found some of your reviews on Amazon and noticed you're a fan of urban fantasy and romance. Boom. That's all you need to say. You don't need to say, hey, I found your review of Heaven's Gates or something like that, and really enjoyed it, because A, you haven't really read it, and B, they may not have liked the book, and so they're going to be like, why do they want a review from me when I gave that 1 star? So your best bet is to just say, hey, I found some of your reviews on Amazon, noticed you're a fan of urban fantasy and romance, wondering if, you know, maybe you would like a free copy. And what you can do with this is, if you have a perma-free book, or if you have a book that's on sale for free, and you'd not only like to get reviews, but you'd like to get verified purchased reviews, you know, you can just talk about the book a little bit. It received 5 stars from Reader's Favorite. That's what the Healer has. And then you can say, I would love to read about your review. If you enjoy the book, I'd love to read about it on Amazon or Goodreads, but a review isn't required in order to download it. You can grab it in your preferred format. and read it at your leisure. So I always give them a link to any of my perma-free books because they're free, and if they go download them from Amazon for free, then I get a verified purchase on my little review if they actually bought it and reviewed it. And so I like to let them know about that, and then it's kind of like a no pressure thing. Other times, if it isn't for free, then I'll list what the price is, and that's kind of in Debbie's template too. But you can list what the price is and then say, but I would love to give you a free copy in exchange for an honest review. Please let me know if you're interested. So but you'll get the templates with that, and you can monk around with it, whatever works best for you. So you're going to create this email or this template, whatever you put in it is fine. However you want to form that based on what you see with the templates, or just use the templates strictly. And then you're going to do that in your drafts, obviously, because you're not going to send it to anyone yet. And then what I like to do, what you will need to do, is go into Google Docs. And you're going to upload whatever you've exported, because you're going to click on these. Here we go. So if you click on that and you scroll down and you click on all the other emails that have been pulled up or websites that have been pulled up, everything you click on the page is going to be added into this CSV file. So export CSV file, I've got 5 reviewers clicked. Obviously you'd want to click more once you have all of the reviews up on this page that you want. So you'll click on that export thing, it'll load it, it'll download it, there it is right there. And then once you have that, you're gonna upload it to your Google Docs and make a Google Docs file, Google Docs file of it. And then you are gonna add yet another mail merger to your add-ons, which is nice. Okay, so and the best way to do that is to just click add-ons, get add-ons right here. And when you do that, you can add yet another mail merger to your add-ons. And like I said, for me, it's $20 every year. And I did this a year ago. So I know that a lot of times when you start out doing something for a specific price, and then there are upgrades and things later on, if you started out at a specific price, a lot of times companies will just keep you at that specific price because that's what you signed up for. So I don't know what it would be for you now, but I'm pretty sure it would only be $20 a year. Go investigate and see how much that would be, but I think $20 a year is pretty reasonable. So you'll hit Start Mail Merge. Woohoo! And this is going to tell me that I've already done this because I've already sent emails to these people like quite a while ago. And now it's working really slow, even though it pulled it up right away the first time. But what will happen is you will get this option to pull up your draft that you've created. Here we go. Oh my word, it's working so slow. But you'll pull up the draft that you've created, and you'll click on it, and then you'll be able to send 400 emails. And if you have more than 400 emails that you've collected on this particular spreadsheet, what it will do is it will send those 400 emails that day, and then anything left over, it will send again the next day. So if you have like 500 emails on this spreadsheet, then it will send 400 the first day, and then it will send another 100 automatically the next day without you having to do anything about it. And then, the next day you just go back in and add more. And so I showed you those drafts, and remember to do this in drafts. Because I remember when I first did this, I was like, email template, did I create that? And where the heck is it? And when I was pulling this up, I couldn't find my email template anywhere because I had moved it from drafts to some other I can't remember what I did, but I was having one heck of a time. And it's funny because this said drafts right there. It was like, here's drafts, go ahead and do this. And I don't know what I just did. Okay, here we go. So you just click on whatever it is. I made a little subject heading that said, I'm a fan of your reviews, because I noticed that those emails got opened up more than others because it it appealed to these reviewers, knowing that, you know, you were a fan of them and a fan that they were actually reviewing books. Or you can just put review request, because a lot of review policies for a lot of bloggers will state that you have to put review request in the subject heading, and so, you know, they might not even click on it or look at it if you have that. So, you know, decide what you want to do with your header, and then you're just going to click on whichever header or email you've created. And once you've clicked on that, then you're gonna click on send, and I guess it says send 101 emails. You can still email 400 recipients. Okay, so I guess maybe there were 101 people that I hadn't sent it to yet. But basically, you'll be able to send 400 emails. And this will also let you know how many you've sent that particular day. So if you had a spreadsheet with only 200 and you send it and then you do it again, it'll let you know how many emails you have left to send that day. So you don't necessarily have to keep track of that. So that's very nice. So you click that, it'll send it. And then you just rinse and repeat. You wait for those responses to come in. And then the next day you do it again. You upload another spreadsheet on Google Docs, and you send another 400 emails out, and you just, you know, you keep requesting more. You keep getting more and more in your genre and sending more and more. And you wanna make sure that you keep, you know, track of the emails you send, in the sense that you're not like repeating these books. Like, make sure that you can keep track of that in here as well, just to make sure that if you already have gotten reviews and this tool has already gotten reviews for you, it'll let you know, which is nice. And then another thing that the Pro plan will offer is they also, because they also have a lot of requests, and this tool is working to collect all these email addresses, and you can't see it here, but there will be an extra green checkbox, like a little green mark right here, if they already have that information within the system. If other people have already requested that information and they've already, you know, pulled that for other clients. And so that will save you time, because you can get that information right away rather than the tool having to get that information for you and taking time. Obviously, you want to click on as many as you want, whether or not the tool has that information ready available or not. But it helps you, you know, pick the ones that the tool already has the information for first. So that is super nice. So if you decide to do the Pro plan and you see that extra little green check mark there, that's going to help you. And please don't feel like you have to know all of this from my video tutorial. Debbie has a lot of tiny little tutorials on her sales page that walk you through everything as well and show you how to do this stuff. I just wanted you to know that this works. I remember when I did not have hardly any reviews for the Healer and hardly any reviews for My Fair Assassin. I didn't have a review team, and I did not know what I was doing. And I just remember that this saved me so much time, and that within the first week of doing this, I was able to get 40 reviews on My Fair Assassin when I first did this. And that was crazy amazing for me, because I spent so much time petitioning bloggers, and that is just not something that I recommend you do. It is not time effective. It's working harder. It's not working smarter. And I have nothing against bloggers. I love them to death. I love what they do. I love the exposure that they give. I used to be a book blogger. I used to do tons of reviews all the time. The problem is, ain't nobody got time to go to every single book blogger's page, look at every single review policy, read some of the reviews they've done, get to know them really well, and then send a personalized email for each one. In a perfect world, that would be great. And I really do love being personal like that. And I love building relationships with bloggers. But when you consider the time that you need to market, the time that you need to get reviews, and the time that you need to write, it's just not feasible. It just does not make sense. And so I rarely do I recommend that you go looking at specific book bloggers' pages and just do it one by one. In fact, I will never, ever recommend that you do that unless you know that there are some very high profile book bloggers out there that you want to contact directly because they cater only to your genre, or they just have a lot of people coming in and you want to develop a relationship with them. I think that's great. So I'm in no way bashing book bloggers. I am bashing the insanely time-consuming process of petitioning each one by one when you can do it this way. And there will be some book bloggers who will ignore these emails from you because you didn't follow the policy by putting a specific thing in the subject header. That's okay. You're going to be getting so many email addresses. You're going to be sending out so many emails. You're going to get responses back. And the key is to not being spammy. Just be personal. Be kind in the email and respectful. Don't demand a review. Just say, hey, noticed that you like this genre. Thought you might enjoy reading a review or reading this book and leaving an honest review. If so, let me know and I'll get that free book to you as soon as possible. Thanks. It can be very short so you're not wasting their time. Don't make it salesy or spammy or anything like that, because you do want to respect these people. But just also know that this information is public. Their email addresses are public and out there. So there is nothing wrong with emailing them and asking them for a review, because it is what they're doing and what they enjoy doing. There's just, you never know who will respond. So I hope that this was helpful. I want to show you one more thing just as far as pricing goes, okay? So if you'll scroll down to the page, you can see the different ones. And so I think I had the startup one, which actually was I think I paid $197 for it. But that's when I got 20,000, searches per week. So a lot of things have changed, because I actually do get a little bit more than what is here in the startup. But the results sorting, this is the thing that will allow you to search not just for emails, but also for emails on web pages as well. Same day results, this is when you know whether or not they already have that information for that particular book, and you can just grab it right away. This little thing is cool because it will actually help you generate a book description, a book blurb. And it gives you a tool for doing that and making your book blurb look really nice and awesome. I've never used it before, but I hear good things about this. Full access to Book Connect, which is coming soon. I have no idea what that is, because it's coming soon. And then you can do the $397 a year with it, which is 40,000 review searches per week. That is like overkill to me, but man, if you want to do it, go ahead. You absolutely could. So she's got a lot of options here. The nice thing about it is that you're just, paying one time, or one time that year, which is great. And you can use this as much as you want. And I really enjoyed it because anybody who got back to me and did want the book and did want to leave a review, that's when I could really start building a relationship with them. If they said, hey, I do really want to review your book, send it on over, then I could I could get very personal with them and say, hey, that's so exciting. Thank you so much. Let me know when you review it so that I can tweet about your review. That way there's a little accountability. And also there's an opportunity for their book blog, if they are book bloggers, to get some social media. So, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. Make sure that you're always giving value to people when you're asking them for a favor. So not only are they getting a free book, but also you're going to, tweet about the review and about their blog and share it on Facebook, give them traffic so that you can show your thanks to them and be appreciative of what they're doing. And then, if they love your book and you develop that relationship, make sure that you give them a link to your review team. Invite them to join your review team. That way, you don't lose a reviewer. You just add a reviewer on. I got a lot of reviewers that way. And I've developed so many great friendships through that process. And I never would have found these people if I hadn't bought this tool and, just sent out these requests and had people respond. And so it's been very positive for me. There were a few people who sent me an email and said, I'm not interested, but I've really never gotten negative responses. It's just either been no response or yes, I would love the book. And I think I already said that. Sorry, I'm tired. Repeating myself now. Anyways, if you have questions, let me know. Go ahead and comment, like. I'm happy to answer questions in more detail. I will leave a link below to this website so that you can follow Debbie Drum and you can get her book review targeter, and you can kind of see what you want to do, maybe experiment, maybe do the startup plan first just to see how it works for you so you're not spending a ton of money right away. You know, I'm all about testing things on the lowest thing possible just to make sure that I actually like it. I don't want to blow $397 during that year if I use the tool and it just isn't working for me. So, and this may or may not work for you. I don't know, but here's the option, and I hope that it helps you. I really do, because I know that getting reviews is so hard sometimes, but it's so necessary because you need that social proof for your book. Anyways, I will talk to you later. Make sure you subscribe, anybody who's new here, and we will see you guys in another video. Bye-bye.